48-year-old Ashley came to see me with a chief complaint of fatigue, weight gain around the abdomen, the waist, and her hips. In fact, Ashley realized that her weight continuously increased for the past 2 years, and she couldn't lose it. She didn't know why it was happening, where the weight was coming from, and why it was so difficult to get rid of. She also had type 2 diabetes. And she recalls when she was in her early 30s, she was pre-diabetic, but her doctor told her she was fine. Her blood sugars currently as a type 2 diabetic would range anywhere between 300 to 400 fasting in the morning. She was quite disturbed by this. She didn't understand why her blood sugars were so high, even while she was taking medication. Are you like Ashley? You have type 2 diabetes, or you know someone who suffers from type 2 diabetes and it's not being properly managed. Ashley wished her doctor told her that when she was a pre-diabetic, that she was already experiencing damage to her eyes, her nerves, her blood vessels, and her kidneys before her diabetes diagnosis. More than 37 million people in the United States are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And 1 in 5 don't know they have it. Type 2 diabetes accounts for approximately 90 to 95% of all diagnosed cases. While these statistics might sound alarming, I have good news for you. Type 2 diabetes is mainly driven by lifestyle and environmental factors. Welcome to True Health Tuesday. I'm Dr. Kennisha Reynolds, a licensed naturopathic functional medicine physician, former molecular biologist, and CSI forensic scientist. If you're like Ashley, suffering from type 2 diabetes and you can't seem to get your blood sugars within normal ranges, stay tuned. Today, we're going to cover some things that you can do to get better glycemic control. Nutrition is really important. It's the cornerstone of our health. Food is our medicine. Food impacts our physiology at a fundamental level. So for type 2 diabetes, the most important things that you have to do in terms of nutrition is, number one, avoid all inflammatory foods, such as inflammatory fats that mostly come from animal saturated fat, refined sugar, carbohydrates, very refined processed foods, and food additives and artificial ingredients. When you remove these inflammatory foods, your body has an opportunity to heal itself. You want to replace these inflammatory foods with healthy foods, nutrient-dense foods. Plant-based diets confer a 78% reduction risk in type 2 diabetes and 56% reduction in metabolic syndrome. When you're putting your plate together, there's 4 important food elements that you want to focus on. When you get adequate protein in the diet, it helps to reduce cravings, which is another reason why people have type 2 diabetes. Number 2, focus on slow burning resistant starch. These foods are found in our beans and legumes. If you aim to get 15 to 60 grams of resistant starch per day, it's been shown to lower insulin levels post meals and increase insulin sensitivity. You want to focus on, as you're focusing on removing the toxic fat from the diet, you want to replace it with healthy fats. Those tend to be found in your nuts and your seeds, and making sure that you're getting olives and avocado, healthy sources of fat. Another important food element to focus on, number 4, is fiber, because fiber helps to slow down glucose absorption in the small intestine. The other important feature of fiber, which is fantastic, is that it moves more slowly throughout the gastrointestinal system, keeping us full longer. That prevents the need to eat excessive calories. And it helps to reduce cravings. So the more fiber you include in a diet, it will lower your need for excess calories. You can avoid weight gain this way, and it helps to better stabilize blood sugar. Another feature of fiber is that it helps to stabilize our lipids. It helps to reduce the LDL cholesterol if you're a person who has elevated LDL cholesterol. Fiber also provides a beneficial substrate for the microbiome. And we're going to also talk about the role the microbiome plays in regulating blood sugar. The aforementioned foods are really important for managing blood sugar. And as soon as you avoid those inflammatory foods and replace them with primarily plant-based foods, you'll see better glycemic control. Another important feature of a plant-based diet is that it's loaded with nutrients. It's a nutrient-dense diet. It will provide you adequate nutrients that play a role in glycemic control. Nutrient deficiencies and nutrient insufficiencies can also play a role in type 2 diabetes. This is another reason why the diet is incredibly important for maintaining proper blood sugar levels. Vitamin D, zinc, chromium, and inositol deficiencies have been connected to type 2 diabetes. Vitamin D plays a role in regulating insulin release from the pancreas. Vitamin D supplementation, if there's a vitamin D deficiency, can improve glycemic levels. Various nutrient deficiencies or insufficiencies can increase the risk for type 2 diabetes. Vitamin D, inositol, and certain micronutrients such as zinc, chromium, and magnesium. All of these nutrients play a very important role in maintaining and managing healthy blood sugar levels because they either indirectly or directly influence the release of insulin from the pancreas. We have to remember fundamentally that a lot of biochemical processes that happen in our body are nutrient dependent. That means there are a lot of nutrients that these biochemical pathways require in order to perform their task. And there are enzymes that play a vital role in being able to properly manage glucose. So in order to get proper blood sugar levels and to manage these blood sugars, we want to make sure that the nutrients are available. And so a very easy way to, in addition to the food elements that you want to make sure that you get in your diet and have it on your plate, want to make sure that you're getting different colors and aim anywhere between 4 to 5 colors per meal so that at the end of the day, you're eating of the rainbow, because all of these foods, plants, have nutrients that can influence blood sugar. Another element of nutrition is not only the quality of what you eat, but the meal timing. If you want to get better blood sugar balance, it's really important to avoid eating 4 to 5 hours before bed. The reason being, when it's time for bed, when we lay down to sleep, the stomach should be empty. Your body should be resting. It should be fasting. It shouldn't be focused on digestion. 30% of energy goes into digestion. And if you're going to sleep at night with a full stomach and you're lying down, you're not sitting upright, okay? Sitting upright allows for gravity to help support pushing that food down in the stomach so that digestion can happen. Digestion is impacted when we're lying down on our back with food in the stomach. And this impacts the quality and efficiency of digestion, and this can impact our blood sugar. We want to make sure to maximize proper glucose metabolism. We want to make sure that we're allowing the stomach to rest. Digestion slows down in the evening. Your digestive system, as well as many other systems, are on a circadian rhythm. Metabolism is at its highest in the early part of the day. Insulin sensitivity is highest in the early part of the day. Why not take advantage of your natural ability to digest your food and have good lipid and glucose metabolism during the early parts of the day? Make meals smaller in the evening and avoid eating too late at night, because all of this impacts your glucose, your body's ability to properly break down your fats and your sugars. And the very last thing you want to consider is fasting interventions. Fasting interventions can promote beneficial effects on our metabolism. Take, for example, the fast and mimicking diet. Fast and mimicking diet has been shown to improve markers of insulin resistance and support weight loss. Periodic fasting has been shown to be very therapeutic in stabilizing blood sugar. In one study, the fast and mimicking diet was shown to improve markers of insulin resistance, suggesting that periodic fasting can be very beneficial for type 2 diabetes. But if you're considering fasting, always talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement or any diet prescription. But fasting is definitely something I've found clinically to be quite effective for patients suffering from type 2 diabetes. So in summary, be sure to focus your nutrition on nutrient density foods that will provide adequate nutrients, fiber, protein, healthy fats, and slow burning resistant starch. Avoid eating late night meals, avoid skipping meals, and avoid meals 4 to 5 hours before bedtime. Lastly, consider fasting interventions for glycemic control. It works lovely, and I've seen it. It works so lovely for balancing blood sugar. Be sure to give a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and be sure to share it with anyone you know suffering from blood sugar issues. Thank you for joining us on True Health Tuesday.